As have I been after most games. Tremendously proud of the fight that we can put up. I thought our last quarter, the desperation showed, the activity at the defensive end was where we need to be. We've talked about being a little short and stumpy, which means you've got to be active, and I think it's almost like the moments of desperation bring out what we need. We've got to learn to get there from the get-go when the ball gets tossed, and it's been where we've been at our best sometimes when we've been down, and it's making sure as a group that we understand that that's the cost of entry. that's what you do to get in, to get to play. That desperation, but I thought it was a marked improvement. I was pretty disgusted in our group after Brisbane, and the way we went about that game. I thought that we pissed a victory down our leg. We got what we wanted offensively, but we were giving up anything they wanted defensively, and then in the last quarter we kind of turned it over a little bit, and that's why they got the win. But I thought tonight, whilst there were some breakdowns in that third quarter, we let a few transition buckets go. One I think was after a score from memory, and those were hurtful to our cause. Obviously, they shot the crapper out of it, and but a lot of that's on us as well. We've got to make sure we get a hand over the ball. I thought that's the second time in a row that Machado has shot the lights out. I want that Scotty Machado from G League 3 years ago lining up against us just once, where the efficiencies weren't so goddamn high. But I thought our fight was good. Kyle was great. Creaky, it's good to see him back. He's been fighting health issues for a little while, multiple health issues, and I was really rapt for him to return to form. And he was able to make the big-hearted plays tonight, which I don't think he's been physically able to for a little while. Finishing around the rim was a little better as well. Getting to the line was a little better. We just need some mates to get to the line. We can't get to the line, so that's our lot in life. So we have to find other ways to score, and we didn't shoot the ball particularly well tonight. But credit to Cairns. Their shooting was magnificent. I hope for Mike and their guys that they really give this thing a shake, that they're not satisfied just being there, that they can make a run at it.
Creaky, Mitch just spoke about the desperation you guys showed in the fourth quarter and needing to bring that for a full game. There was that stretch towards the end of the second quarter and then into the third where they just kind of scored at will and you guys felt way behind. How are you guys, as a team, kind of learning from situations like that to be able to play with that desperation you need for a full 40?
I believe you learn how to win, and once you've learned how to win, and it just happens by those games like that, you win one. And then all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, you get in the same position and it's close and it's tick for tack, and then you win that one. All of a sudden, your group looks around and there's that calming, settlement of, we're okay. We've been here, we've ground out wins like this before, and we haven't won those. We had, the Melbourne game at the start of the year. I can't really think of many others that has gone, the Cairns game, obviously the overtime was a little different, I think, because we got ourselves, we just made some miracle plays, but real grind out games, we haven't done that just yet. So to be in these positions is good at times because you have to be in the trenches to learn how to fight out of them. You can't just walk on the outside of them and be like, oh, that doesn't look very good in there, we just won't go in there. We got to throw ourselves in there and then be like, okay, we're here, let's figure this shit out. I thought we made plays, at the end. I thought we made good rotations. We get a post mismatch on a roll, we get bump out, we bump off Mirko, and they one more to Majuk, and Majuk hits a three. We did everything we could have done, and we got a hand to him, and he hits it. And great players make great plays. He misses that, it's a 1 point game, and we go down, and we have a chance to win the whole game. that's sometimes how simple it is. But to touch on that one possession is silly if we think that the other 77 possessions didn't matter. Missed box outs, we missed free throws, we turned the ball over, little simple plays, we foul when we shouldn't, instead of just walling up, we try and block shots, and those are the plays that you lose games. You don't lose games by Majuk making a shot. You lose games by not being, a perfect effort basketballer on every single play throughout the game, because they all add up and they cost you at the end of the night.
Heading into the last 3 rounds of the season, what's the message to the group now in terms of learning these things that you're talking about to help you go into next season and finding ways to win more consistently?
I just think you got to face adversity. We faced it. We've had not just the on-court, but we've had the physical battles. Mitch has come to me heaps of times now and gone, what do you need? What's this? And I was like, I just need to shoot the ball in the hoop.
You need to get healthy, man.
And that's it. But at the same time, we don't always have time to get healthy. And as much as it feels like I've been pushing the biggest boulder in the world uphill and trying to manage things and whatever else, like, people are going through it. Like, we've had injuries, and that's never an excuse. You just have to find a bloody way to win. And tonight we gave ourselves a chance, and that was the most inspiring thing. To come off that Brisbane game, we played atrocious defensively. Like, I went into that meeting and I was like, oh boy, I said to my dad, I was like, you might want to brace this one. I was like, we're going to get absolutely asses handed to us. And, we got it, And I took it personally because I haven't played well the last 5 games. Like, I've played terribly, and as much as I've done the same things I've done every single game, I just haven't made those plays, and I haven't converted for my team the way they expect me to. And me as a leader and me as an individual that is hard on himself and as a professional about my entire life, that's not good enough. And I can point the finger at this, that, and the other, but at the end of the day, I've got to be better. And, it's frustrating because tonight we have a chance. We have guys that contribute all across the board, and, we fall short, but we just have to learn. We just have to be diligent about watch tape, watch film, get with him, get with our assistants, get in the gym, get working, work on your deficiencies, and then just come out and just expect a perfect effort every time. At the moment, we're there 60% of the time, and it's not enough. We need to be there bar minimum 90, and that's our standard. We have to be better.
Simon, I guess one positive out of tonight, and even the Brisbane game, was Dan Trist finding some form, playing with confidence finally. What have you seen from him in these few games?
Yeah, he's been great. Sometimes all you need is an opportunity, and Ty's fouls have been giving him an opportunity. We've got to work this out with Ty. Right now, he's one of our more experienced players. He's one of the higher profile players in the league, and he's not doing the job well enough for us. And he's got Tristy breathing down his neck, which is great. I love that internal pressure. But we've got to find a way to conserve Ty and get him on the floor at the most important times of the game. So maybe it's not the start of the game. Maybe we've got to bring him off the bench so we don't give 2 fouls in the first 20 seconds every game. I don't know what it is. We've got to sit down and talk about it this week. We haven't had a lot of opportunities because we've been on the road for 8 days, and to sort of reassess how we approach the game and what's going to be best for Ty, and in turn, more importantly, what's going to be best for us as a team. But yeah, tremendously proud of Dan. There's a real strength in a person who can sit there game after game, waiting and staying ready. And one of the issues that we've had throughout the season is our communication issues, which hurts us defensively, but also at the offensive end. But one of the things that Tristy has always been on point with, at least from a communication, he might not say the right things, but he says whatever he says loudly, and everyone knows that either he's said the right thing or it's not the right thing, but we're going to stick with what he says. And he's just stayed ready, and I love the kid, and I'm glad he's been able to show everyone what he can do in the last 2 games. But at the same time, we need to be better across the board.
Mike spoke earlier about coming out to play out here in the southeast and matching up against yourself again. Obviously, you guys are.
He's a North Queenslander. We don't care what he says anymore.
Not a special kind of matchup coming out here.
Like Mike. I love Mike to death. We lived in each other's pockets for years at Melbourne United, spent more time with each other than we have our families. And I want to beat his ass every single time we play him. I don't care about rivalries with particular people. I want to beat everyone's ass. I want their success. I want to appreciate and admire the success of our team. So who we come up against doesn't bother me. Now that we're out of the playoff picture and we don't have Cairns, I'll be rooting for Mike to go do something pretty special. But for tonight, I could care less about Mike Kelly going into that game. I want our team to succeed and win. But now it's gone. Love the man to death and good on him. I'll have a beer with him and all that. But, same with Vico. I'd love to spoil Vico's party in the last round of the season. Me and Dino have known each other since we were kids. And nothing make me happier right now than bust my old club out of playoff contention.
Me too.
But, well, he'd probably got a little more motivation. But it's not like, okay, that's... Like, I'm aiming for them. I want to knock out Adelaide next week. I want to win every game. But most importantly, it's about, a bit over 12 months ago, we were a piece of paper and an idea. We were the first team to win their first 3 games. We've won more games than an expansion team has ever won in their first year. So I've been told. But these aren't accolades that I've really been looking forward to, because that shit don't mean nothing to me. Me and him from the day one get together as like, let's go do something unbelievably special. That's been taken away from us now. But, the point that we always had from round one was we got to keep building. We've got to keep building and putting the blocks in place. What we take away from that fourth quarter, we have to learn from, as Creaky was saying, and we have to make sure that that's our first quarter against Adelaide. And then we can't be happy with that. It's got to be our second. And no, we're not happy with that. It's got to be our third and our fourth. And it's not 5 guys. It's got to be all 12 guys each and every game. Until we get to that point, we ain't rolling with Cairns. We ain't rolling with Sydney. That's not us. We can't do that job. We feel like we can, but we haven't shown that we can. And so we've got to use these final games to start to build that momentum. One, as Creaky said, you've got to learn to win. I don't know how many games we've lost by single digits, and Adelaide, New Zealand a couple of times, Cairns a couple of times, all these guys, Sydney. We've all been in these games and we've had a position to go and close things out, and we've been incapable of doing it. Even the other night against Brisbane, we give up in the final second of every quarter. They get a bucket. This is shit we have to nail down. I almost dropped an F-bomb. We have to nail that down before the end of the season. So there's a lot of productivity for us to go out and a lot of motivation for us in the final weeks of the season. I think everyone's going to be disappointed, because I think internally we have a lot of pressure on ourselves to go and do something unbelievably special this year. We felt like we could win it. And I know there's a lot of stuff working against us to go do that, but I think he knows he wants the championship. I know what I want. All the guys in the group, we're backing each other in, but we've not been capable of doing it. We can use these final games to continue to build towards being that team that gets it done for 4 quarters.
Creek, you've since addressing the crowd in your first home game at Melbourne Arena and now playing 2 games here, is this arena something you would want to keep doing throughout the years that you playing in the Heartland?
Yeah, I mean, I just did an auction, with a room full of corporates with, I don't know how many thousand we had tonight. Do we know the attendance? About 4,000? 3,600. We had 3,600 in a sellout, and I reckon probably 3,580 were in the foyer waiting for the guys. You look around and it doesn't even feel like it's, that many. You'd feel like it's 15,000. Like, it's unbelievable. There's such an atmosphere and there's such a euphoric feel when you go on a run, and all of a sudden, like John stole that ball at half court and I started pointing at the bench. I just started walking to it because I knew Mike Kelly was going to blow a timeout, and I'm glad he did, because I was at the bench.
I wondered what you were doing, man.
I was at the bench already, and I seen him do this, and I was like, I hope he doesn't wave it off, because I'm going to get dragged. But the crowd is unbelievable. Like, just the ability to make a play and then to hear absolutely nothing but that eerie pitch. And it's funny because
Can you hear anything?
In the huddles, I can't hear much because I burst my eardrum completely in the previous game, so I can't hear much out of my left ear. And it's going to be a few months, but I said to Simon at one point, I was like, what did you say? I was like, I can't hear what you said. And he was a foot from me, and then But the feeling you get is you just kind of run back on defense and you focus on the game, but the crowd's just like raw, like that eerie roar, like feel in the background, and you can feel everyone up, and you kind of, and then you enjoy looking around and interacting with people in the crowd on the baseline, because like this is what Heartland of basketball is. It's passionate fans that are 45 to an hour out of the city that don't have the luxuries to maybe go in all the way and afford to do that. So you come out here and you put it right in the heart of it, and you say, hey, come out here and let's go nuts. And that's what they did. So I'd love to see a lot of games out here. I'd love to see 5,000 or 6,000 seats. I'd love to see standing room. I'd love to just see this whole everyone just stand on each other's shoulders until the roof's full. So, look, playing out here at Knox is unbelievable. Like, I wish we could do it every week, because the atmosphere is really, really antagonising, and it showed in the last quarter when they cracked on a little bit of that pressure.